A trio of challenge races were held last week, with the winners earning a trip to the 2023 Breeders' Cup. Let's start at Colonial Downs with the Beverly D, where a spot in the Maker's Mark Filly and Mare Turf was on the line.
We're back in the paddock here at Colonial Downs for the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series win, and you're in for the Filly and Mare Turf. It's the Beverly D, and this is the favorite. Fev Rover now down to 4-5. Mark Cassey keyed me in on this earlier this morning in the conversation we had, how she can be a bit of a handful. They've let her do her own thing while they've saddled her up. When they were putting the saddle on her, she kicked out a couple of times, but all within herself. She's a filly that certainly knows what she wants to do, and she's doing what she wants to do. And Mark Cassey is very keyed in with the horsemanship that he has and his team maintains with these high-quality runners, knowing exactly what it takes for them to be at their best and to stay on the ground. And you can see this filly in her eyes. She knows that it's going to be game time here shortly, so they've kept her out of the stall. They're going to give her a couple of turns around the toe ring here at Colonial Downs.
She can fire now. We've learned she doesn't like having the saddle put on. When she does, she kicks with vengeance, but we got her good, and she's behaving.
Is there anything that you have to look for when she heads out to the track, or does she settle in when she heads out to the track?
No, she was a little bad in the gate at Saratoga, but we schooled her a bunch. Avi knows her, hopefully she behaves herself today. Of course, we drew the one hole, so you have to stay in there longer, but there's only 5.
Fev Rover, who will draw the inside here, and she can maybe dictate a little bit how this goes.
The 2 Jan's Girl, one of the longer shots going by, despite the fact that she rides a 3-race win streak. The 3 Romagna Mia, first time in the United States for trainer Graham Motion. Johnny Velasquez back up.
And taking a look at Miss Unseen, still remains a very attractive price at 7-1. Scratch the 5 Didia. Here is Gina Romantica.
And the race is on in the Beverly D Stakes. Good start from the inside for Fev Rover, who goes right to the front at once. Gina Romantica right up alongside her. So the 2 favorites are 1-2 here early going. Jan's Girl to the inside of Gina Romantica now puts a nose into that second spot. And Jan's Girl can come all the way up to challenge Fev Rover as they go by us with 1 circuit remaining, just over a mile left to go. Fev Rover is the leader. Jan's Girl out in second. Gina Romantica is third. Romagna Mia moves up to her inside from fourth, and Maison Sen going to be the trailer as they run into that first of 2 sweeping Colonial Downs turns. Fev Rover, an easy lead here, just leads it by over a length to the gray Jan's Girl in second. Romagna Mia is third. Length and a half more back to Gina Romantica. Nothing yet from Maison Sen, who's 5th and last. They're an opening quarter mile on a pretty tepid 25 seconds flat. So they make their way out of the back stretch. 5.5 furlongs left to go in the Beverly D. Fev Rover slows it right down here. Jan's Girl on hold there from second. Romagna Mia out in the clear in third as Gina Romantica down toward the inside fourth, 2.5 off the speed. It's another 2 then back to Maison Sen, who continues at the trailing position. They have just over a half mile left to go in their journey, 50 seconds flat, so everything's gone the way of Fev Rover and Javier Castellano, who take him to the far turn 3/4 of a length in front of Jan's Girl. Romagna Mia gearing up 3 deep. Gina Romantica going to stay toward the fence, try to follow the favorite down along the rail. Length and a half more back to Maison Sen. Fev Rover now has to go a little more, leads at 3/4 to Romagna Mia. Jan's Girl drops out, passed by Gina Romantica down on the inside. Maison Sen going to take the inside path as well. Around to the top of the stretch. Fev Rover is the leader, maintaining that 3/4 length advantage. Romagna Mia, Gina Romantica trying to squeeze through down along the inside. They have 3/16 of a mile left to go. Fev Rover, Gina Romantica trying to get through down on the inside. It's just too tight though. I don't think it'll come to the outside. Fev Rover shifts over to the rail. Gina Romantica switches to the outside. 2 more back to Romagna Mia. Fev Rover just keeps on going though. Fev Rover, Javier Castellano, another big one. And Fev Rover going to win it by 3.5 in the end. Gina Romantica was second, third went to Romagna Mia, fourth, Maison Sen.
Fev Rover takes the Grade 1 Beverly D and is in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf.
Well, Mark, just like you said, no pace. She could go to the lead. What did you think as things got slowed down a bit there with Javier, with Fev Rover?
She's a really good horse, and I was pretty confident after she came out of the gate, and then of course Avi was able to slow it down. But she's just something, She's a really good horse.
At Saratoga, Casa Creed took home the honors in the Fourstardave, earning an entry into the FanDuel Mile starting gate.
And Annapolis is cut loose on the outside of My Sea Cottage. Annapolis right to him and right on by. Casa Creed still has 3 to make up. Starts to pick up some nice momentum now. It's Annapolis, and here's Casa Creed on the outside. These 2 square off once again. Casa Creed or Annapolis. Annapolis, Casa Creed. Casa Creed. Casa Creed, what a racehorse he is. a two-time winner of the Fourstardave.
And at Deauville, Inspiral and Frankie Dettori were best in the Prix Jacques Marois, also earning an entry into the FanDuel Mile starting gate.
Now Inspiral over on the far side's coming into it, and Esto further behind in a battle with Good Guess. Inspiral comes through and grabs Big Rock, and it's Inspiral and Frankie Dettori. It's going to be his fourth in a row, his seventh in all. Inspiral bounds away to win it from Big Rock in second, Light Infantry third, and Esto fourth, and back in fifth was Triple Time. Number 5, Inspiral for the Gosdens, and Frankie Dettori has won the Prix Jacques Le Marois. 2 in a row for Inspiral, 4 in a row for Frankie Dettori. Number 5, Inspiral is the winner, bouncing back from that Goodwood run in the slosh, and what a bounce back it is.
The 2023 Breeders' Cup will be held on November 3rd and 4th at Santa Anita Park in Arcadia. For tickets, go to breederscup.com.